Pep, a disappointing result. What did you make of your team's performance?
Tight game. We controlled the transitions really well. We created not a lot of chances, but defend really well. By the first half, we have chances to shoot that were not precise, and at the end, we won transition, and we lost one transition. They scored.
Why couldn't you find a way to score, even with the changes that you made in the second half?
No, it's everyone. It's not for the changes or the lineup.
Any reason for it?
For what?
Any reason why you couldn't find a way to score in terms of the flow of the game?
They defend really well, and we could not find, the precise in the last moment. We could not do it.
It seems that in past seasons, City have always seemed to find a way. So why is that different now?
We have 10 games to qualify. We have to win games to qualify, and we're going to the next one.
What did you make of your team's performance defensively?
We concede few. I think we concede, but really, really few. So defensively was really good. We were not. Maybe the rhythm was not the highest one, but yeah, the game was tight.
It's the third time that Ruben Dias and Kusanov have started a game together. I just wanted to know what you think of Kusanov's progress so far since you've been working with him.
Really well. That's why we don't have more players, but we played really well. Kusa for the time, and Ruben as well.
In terms of what this match means, obviously it's a huge battle in the qualification for Champions League places. The season Forest are having, does it just go to show how much more difficult that's becoming in the Premier League?
We knew it. We knew it before it arrived, and of course the Premier League every season is better and better.
What positives can you take, Pep, into the next game against Brighton?
Yeah, we want to prepare the game. We have 10 finals, and next one we start.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, as he says, he has 10 more games yet to find that way into those Champions League places. As I mentioned, 9 Premier League defeats this season. He's never lost more than that since he came to this country. And as we said before the game, Sean, these are unusual times for him. He's not used to this. City aren't used to this. Are you still confident they'll be in the Champions League next season? Yeah,
you have to be with a team and a manager that they have. I think that they're in a good position to finish in those Champions League places. If I remember correctly, majority of their games are also at home as well, which is always an advantage going there. And if they play the way they have done in recent times, especially like against Newcastle, I can't see why they don't make it into the Champions League.
And as you said, that goal sort of encompasses their whole season at times today, Martin.
It really has, yeah. The thing I've noticed about Manchester City this season, obviously they're struggling for confidence, they're struggling for form. But before that, anytime Manchester City, more than any other side, possibly in Europe, when they went back, there was a purpose for them going back, because you felt as if they go back a couple of passes to go forward quickly. Now they go back, and it's not coming forward more quickly. If they can't get it out wide, then it's coming back, and the next thing you know, it's back to the centre half, and he's playing. So that's not Manchester City, the side that I have seen over the years. Man City are the one side I felt played with a real purpose. Even back passes looked as if they were forward passes. So from that viewpoint, but some of the players, as Michael mentioned earlier on, the players are getting a little bit older, and are having less consequence in the game. That's the big thing, talking about Bernardo Silva. I can't just no impact in the game. No impact, and not just this game, but for most of the season, no real impact. Has been a great player, so therefore maybe there will be a change then of change of purpose, a change of player, change of personnel, maybe at the end of the season.
And there's a change of aura, because as Forest have proven today, they are beatable. There's 9 teams that have done it this season, and that sort of major fear factor isn't always there at the moment against Manchester City.
Exactly that, and it's very hard to get that fear factor. You work for years and years to develop that fear factor, but at the moment Manchester City haven't got it. Teams do fancy coming up against them. We saw 9 defeats. We've only played 3/4 of the season. They've already lost as many games as Pep Guardiola has ever done in his career. So yeah, things need to change. Lots of those ageing players are all in a similar position, all in midfield. A lot of their injuries, all in a similar position at the back. 1 or 2 players to come back, including and Rodri, of course, make a big difference, but I don't feel as if they're just going to come back at the click of a fingers at the start of next season. This could be a bit of a rebuild.
From Forest's situation, that's 12 clean sheets.
Yeah.
We touched on the goalkeeper beforehand as well. In fact, we'll talk about the current Forest goalkeeper in a moment, because the man who was a goalkeeper himself is, of course, the Nottingham Forest manager, Nuno, who's going to join us live now as well. Very well done. Great to see you. Thanks very much indeed.
This is getting boring. Really?
It's a nice boring, Martin. Come on, if you're not... I mean, well done. How good does that feel to beat the reigning champions?
Feels good, especially because of the hard work. The defensive display was great. Not easy to control City. They always going to have chances, but defensively we were spot on.
Yeah, I was just saying, the goalkeeper didn't really have a save of any note to make there today.
Yeah, but the balls were over the bar. They were close. They always going to have chances. It's very difficult to stop them.
Did you feel at 0-0 you feel you've got a goal in you, like you produced today through Callum?
I think in the beginning of second half, I think we were more open going forward. The game had spaces, and when the game ups and down, we take advantage of our speed. That was important for us. This is how we play.
And you've done amazingly well this season to keep everybody fit, healthy, energised. You've used less players than anybody else in the league. What is the balance between wanting to rest a few players but then keeping that spirit, keeping everybody going the same, and the consistency? How hard is it to find that balance between the two?
It's very hard, but we have the advantage of the schedule. We've not been forced to a very hard schedule compared to other teams in the Premier League. That also plays a big factor. And then having time to rest, the players allow them to totally recover, and also the impact of the players coming on this critical moment of the game, that energy goes down, so we have fresh legs, so we avoid the critical injuries that happen in that situation. But credit for them, because it's about getting ready during training sessions so you can compete well.
Yeah.
I interviewed this young gentleman only a few nights ago, really, against an Arsenal game. And then I threw in a little thing at the end and said, all right, I'm ready for that cup of tea. And unbelievably, people picked up, did you get a cup of tea with him? I said, no, he never invited me for the tea.
No, you are invited already.
I'm only kidding you, young man. I'm only kidding you. So it was a fantastic win today.
Thank you.
Absolutely fantastic win. No question about it.
Is this just a mutual appreciation society?
No, it's absolutely not. Not at all. No, it was just the fact that I was so disappointed I didn't get the tea.
You'll get it, for sure. Okay.
What about the clean sheet as well? I mean, we just mentioned your defensive record. It's been a real foundation this season,
especially here at the City Ground. I think we've been able to compete really well at the City Ground. Big help from the fans. You can see the noise when we are down in our box and the other team has possession. This voice comes, so the energy comes. But defensively, really good. I truly believe that has to be always the first objective.
Yeah. And then on the break, you've got goals. I mean, Callum Hudson-Odoi's got big goals for you this season. He's got another one today.
It was huge. He had a chance before on the left side that Ederson makes an amazing save. It's a 1v1 player. We have to try and unbalance the other team so we can promote these situations.
The dream goes on.
Let's enjoy the journey, day by day.
Enjoy tonight.
Nice to see you.
Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Once again.
Nuno there live for you.
Thank you, sir.
Here at the City Ground. You've got to wait for your cup of tea. We've got a few more minutes to do, okay?
Actually, I don't want it.
Pastel del Nata, a little Portuguese cake, that's what you need to take in, and he'll be pouring it, no problem. Yeah. Where can they go from here, Forest? I mean, we think 5th might be enough. That's a 6-point buffer now for them in that position. Yeah,
I mean, that's got to be bare minimum now. I mean, they are thinking.
Would it be a disappointment if they're in the Europa League now?
Absolutely. If you'd said that before the season, they would have laughed at you.
It's a crazy question.
However, you've got to realign your thoughts, realign your dreams and ambitions. And now they've got a little buffer between themselves and 4th now, between themselves and Manchester City. Their running isn't too hard either, Steve.
No, I think
a lot of teams they're playing.
8 of the last 10.
Yeah.
Are teams in the bottom half.
Yeah, exactly. So you can't tell me now that they will be pleased just to come 5th or 6th. They'll be thinking, we can finish 2nd, we can finish 3rd here. With the running that they've got, absolutely they can. And they will deserve it based on what we've seen so far this season. There's no fluke about where they are in the league.
Still seems a surreal conversation to have, doesn't it? That Forest would be disappointed from here to finish 5th.
Yeah, this is not September, October time, Steve. This is now with 10 games left in the season. That buffer that Michael talks about is vast at this stage of the season. And if you tell me that 5 teams go into the Champions League, that would be a massive disappointment from here.
Some story.
It's an amazing story, and I think watching them and hearing the fans, the way they've been playing all season, I think is something they deserve. And right now for them, the sky's the limits. They're 3 points off Arsenal with most probably a better run in towards the end of the season. You never know what could happen. They might be the team that finishes second, and Arsenal might be the team that finishes third.
Well, they're pinching themselves, aren't they, these Forest fans? From where they were last season, 6 points above relegation, beating the reigning champions for the first time since they've been back in the league. And there they are, 3 points behind Arsenal.
It's incredible. I mean, you mentioned a stat before, but 59 points though behind Manchester City last season. Now they're 4 ahead, a 63-point swing, and we're not even at the end of the season yet. Quite incredible. These fans believe. We were sat in amongst the fans. Atmosphere is great. They didn't create too much today, but the best 2 chances really, though, they hit the post, and of course then they scored at the end. But they stay in games. They don't give many chances away. They defend deep. They try to nick one on the break, and that's exactly what they did today.
Clear coaching plan that the players carry out?
Well, they have. You know, you have this old phrase, they buy into it, but they have actually bought into this. And it's working for them. And while it's working for you, Steve, you might as well go with it. There's no one don't disagree with it. They know exactly how they play. The players know exactly what's going to happen. The fans know what's going to happen. Yes, there was a wee little bit of frustration just before half-time that they sat in, and sometimes when they'd gone forward, then there wasn't enough support going to them. But overall, it's magnificent. You actually genuinely felt here that there was a goal in the side for them, because Manchester City, as I said, are actually really brittle at this minute. You know, no phenomenal confidence about the side. Players, good footballers, but not great defenders. And now you're talking about time to believe. It's really a time to believe. There's something happening behind me.
Well, when you talk about timing and you talk about the goal scorer, he'll walk in live to join us. Callum Hudson-Odoi, very well played. We're just talking about the atmosphere in the end and what your goal's done there. I mean, how good does that feel again today?
No, it's crazy. I think it's crazy. I think you can tell the crowd's energy is amazing every time we play, and you can tell the energy they give us. It pushed us throughout the game, and as I said, we're buzzing with the win today, but we go again next week as well.
And the way the game was going, did you feel there was a goal in it, as Martin's suggesting?
Yeah, definitely. As I said, the game was opening up, and you can tell that they were trying to push for a goal, which gave us more space on the counter-attack, which we utilised very well. I said Morgan found me excellently, as he always does, and then it's just my job to just try and get the ball in the back of the net, which happened.
Well, this boy did that a few times. He appreciated that finish.
I bet you thought you'd scored one before you did. I mean, it was an unbelievable save from Ederson when you hit the post before then. Did you think it was in?
100%. I even started celebrating a little bit, and I realised he saved it. But yeah, this is an amazing save from him. He done really well there to get a hand to it. And as I said, it's just unfortunate it didn't go in. But the next one came, and as I said, that one went in. So we're buzzing with that as well.
Exactly. I mean, we're talking before as well about probably the 2 saves of the season are in this around this goal. One from your goalkeeper, and from Emi Martinez earlier in the season. But even though that chance didn't go in, obviously any goal scorer will tell you, you just keep going, you keep believing.
100%, as I said, you know that another chance will hopefully come in the game, and I think for myself, I have to stay positive and know that at the end of the day, someone will find me, someone will give me the opportunity to get the ball in one-on-one situation, and which happened today, and I just had to make sure I put it in the back of the net.
Yeah. There's certain moments in the season when you think, actually, it's going to work for us. And the way back years and years ago, 100 years before you were even born, Nottingham Forest went to Manchester United at Old Trafford and won 4-0. The first time we thought it was Christmas time. Now there's only 10 games left. You must think, this is it now. Sorry, I'm going to put you under severe pressure for this one, but you must feel it's there.
No, definitely.
Sorry, it's not there, but it's within your grasp.
Hopefully. For us, we're just staying humble as much as possible.
Yeah.
I know the position that we're in, we should go and make sure that we stay positive and keep going and try and battle for every game. Every game's important, and I think...
Did you say humble?
100%.
There's no such thing as young players feeling humble, you know? Not at all, but we'll go with it.
100%, I think that's the word for us. I think we just got to make sure we're staying motivated and humble to the most. I think we've got 10 games left or 11 games, whatever it is, but every game's important. And I think every game we try and get points on the board and making sure that we're doing the best that we can.
There's no doubt. There's a proper spirit about the side that seems to unfold itself on the pitch here. There's no question about that.
Yeah, you can tell our spirit's always high, and you can tell every game we play, the energy from the crowd, I think, boosts us the most, even home and away. We have a lot of people that come to support us, and as I said, they give us that energy, and we keep going every game and game and game. Hopefully, who knows, at the end of the season where we'll be.
It's brilliant.
Callum, what was you thinking when you found yourself in that much space? Because I know what it's like as a winger. Sometimes you're trying to find that space. It's not appearing, and when you do get it, 2-on-1. But you had that around 50 yards out. What was you thinking when you took that first crisp touch?
I think for myself, it was just make sure I'm being direct. And I think for myself, you got to just get at your fullback and the defence every time. You've got to make sure you're staying positive. And as I said, when that ball came, I think to myself, go for goal, look up, see who's there and around in the box. If you have the opportunity one-on-one, make sure you get past them and get a shot off. So, which happened. I saw Woody, I told him as well, I saw him, no problems, because he was going to get onto me, but I 100% saw him. So it was just me being positive, trying to get that shot off, which didn't win in.
We were just talking about the way you set up as well. You're well coached. All the players know their job, don't they, in this system? And you've used fewer players than any team this season. You're a real tight together group.
Yeah, 100%. I think everybody knows what their role is, and as I said, the manager's instructed us from the day one. As soon as he came in last season, you can tell what he wants to do in his ideas for the game, every single game. So I think for myself, it's like you just got to make sure that you're doing your job properly, because at the end of the day, someone could be ready to come on and to impact the game as well. So I think all of us, we just know every time we get on that pitch, opportunity we get, give it your best for the 100 minutes, 90 minutes, whatever it is, and then who knows what the result will be.
And give us a sense of the belief running through the dressing room at the moment. That's the first time you've beaten the champion since you came back into the Premier League today.
Yeah, definitely we're buzzing. You could tell even the atmosphere, as soon as we won, everyone went crazy, and even myself, I was buzzing. So I think we're going to be at this for the next couple of days, just to enjoy it, just to enjoy the moment with family, friends. But as I said, we've got another important one coming up next week before international break. So as I said, we just got to wait and see now, and hopefully things keep going our way.
Make sure you do enjoy it. Very well done today. Thank you very much for joining us, Callum.
Thank you very much.
Callum Hudson-Odoi, the match winner. Big smiles, and why not live for you on Match Day Live here on the road. I mean, he said there, didn't he? Kept on going. 3 goals in 5 games now. He scored at Anfield, let's not forget, in that win as well. He scores big goals as well, doesn't he?
Exactly, they're the important ones, you know. A lot of people can score when it's 5-0 and you score the 4th or the 5th. But when you're scoring and it's 1-0, then they're the big ones. They're the important goals that you've got. So, yeah, that was amazing performance. Dogged performance. Wasn't the best games today, but a lot of the time you have to spoil things against Manchester City. They have so much of the ball. I don't care who they're playing. They always have control of the game. But if you can hit them on the break, Martin highlighted it before the game. This is, you know, it could be playing into their hands today. They're not very good, Manchester City, at the counter-attack, and really didn't defend that goal well. But from Forest's point of view, they keep going to the end. Their fitness levels, as you mentioned, they use the same players. They're all staying fit for the whole season. And I'm sure even if you get the odd knock, Martin, for some reason players don't seem to get injured when things are going really well.
Yeah.
Or they recover quicker.
No, yeah, experienced that myself, you know, bad run. Oh, I'm afraid I'm staying in the physio's room. But no, you're absolutely right, Michael. The boys want to play, you know.